Hey guys, today is the day I'm going to start posting at least 1 or 2 videos every week, and my goal is to give you a new song as a beginning guitarist that's super easy that you can have to play and have a lot of fun with. So this first one is in the key of G. First thing we're going to do is just learn a simple chord. Single note, just this G note that I'm going to play with my middle finger on the low E string, and I'm going to strum a bunch of open strings, which gives me a G chord. So I can play that bass note, and I can play a bunch of open strings. It sounds really good, super easy to play. Now I'm going to show you a scale. The scale is a G major pentatonic scale. It's the open E string to this G note, to these 2nd fret notes, and the last 2 strings are open to 3rd fret note. So the scale's super easy. Open to 3, open to 2, open to 3 for the last 2 notes. So you've got a chord, and you've got a cool scale. You can pull off those notes, which makes it sound technically a little bit cooler. Okay, so strumming, pulling off, and of course you can hammer on or play whatever group of notes and it's all going to sound great. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to play a simple riff. The riff is the G note, and then I'm going to play the open D string and hammer on to the 2nd fret. So a couple of techniques involved here. That's the riff. A riff is a repeated idea. So there you go. Okay, so we've got a chord and a riff. Scale. We're already starting to play something that sounds really cool, and it wasn't really hard to do, other than we've got to memorize a few notes. Okay, I'm going to advance you right away to playing the major pentatonic scale in a different place. It's these same notes, but rather than using the open strings, you know how you tune your guitar and you go from this note to this note to this note, move to this note to this note to this note? That's the other set of notes I want you to memorize. But if you've been tuning your guitar the old traditional way, you already know it. So now I put the 2 together. 3rd fret to 5th fret, 2nd, 5, 2nd, 5, 2nd, 4, 3rd, 5, 3rd, 5. And if you didn't catch any of this stuff, you can just rewind the video and check it out again. Okay, now what I can do is I can pull off through the notes. So I pick the first note and I just pull to the open string. So I'm combining 2 major pentatonic scales to give me some flash or some cool stuff. So I can play those however I want to play them, and it sounds really cool. Put the whole thing together. The riff. Pentatonic scale. Okay, let's take a melody from a simple cartoon, or a simple melody from a cartoon. The cartoon's cool. I don't know if you can still watch it, but see if you recognize it. It's only 3 notes. The melody is, so it's the G string to the A note to the B string. And then we'll go backwards, and then I'll go back up. Or maybe go, well, I won't go all the way up. I'll go 2 notes at the end. So the melody is the other way, and then these 2 notes. Okay, there's my melody. So I'll play it so you can kind of hear the melody. So I don't know if you recognize it, but yeah, it's kind of a nice melody with the riff. The only other thing we need to know is it does change chords. So we go from a G chord to an F chord. That's it. There's the riff with the F chord. So going from this, and with scale, of course. So you can have all kinds of fun with this. And it's easier to not learn a song, but take a bunch of ideas and throw it together, put rhythm to it, and you're playing music, and it's a blast. Okay, take it one step further, because my key of G has all these notes that are available to it, because when we play our scale, it had all those open strings, so why not include some of those open strings in the melody? So I'm going to go from the middle group of 2 strings to the B string and the G string. So I'll play my melody including those notes. Now it just fills it out a little bit more. If I put it all together. Riff. basically the idea. And you can play it however you want to play it. I haven't looked at any music or whatever. I just kind of know what I've heard in my head from years ago when I was watching this show as a kid. There's two other chords. We're going to play a C chord. So if you know your C chord, great. If you don't know how to play a C chord, you could just go 2 notes. But the melody has this part where it goes, or you can play the C chord, and we have to go to a D chord. So if C is here, just move up the musical alphabet. There's D, C. You might recognize that. And then the melody is going to be, or include more than one string. So we go. Back to the melody. Second part. And there I'm just playing random notes, playing my scale. You can mix that whole thing up and you can play with that for hours and you're going to have a whole lot of fun. And it's not too hard to learn. You're memorizing some really cool stuff, pentatonic scales, how they work with the chords. So this little example's got all kinds of cool stuff in it. By the way, I'm putting out this series of videos because I want to be able to give back to new students that are just starting out like I did years ago. I've also created a new course, and the course is the Accelerated Beginners Guitar Course. So that's available. There's a link below the video. You can enroll in the free course. There's a free course on how to play guitar without a guitar. Yes, it is possible to learn how to play guitar without a guitar. So jump in, grab the free course, and yeah, and I'm going to post a new song every week for guys that are starting to learn how to play guitar. So have fun with all that, and I'll see you in the next video.